Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another session of Keller Williams Technology. This meeting is being recorded. That's fine. So if you guys have any questions or you want to talk about something specific, please let me know. If not, then I'll just get right into it. So I want to touch a couple of things. First and foremost is how to find your app and how to customize it, right? So I'm going to share here my screen. Feel free to raise your hand or unmute or do whatever you want. All right, so this is what command looks like. This is your command, and come on in. And on this, on the left-hand side, you have different applets take you to different places. Just to let you know, there is this really cool feature called Marketplace. You can go in there and see what kind of features you have, additional stuff. But for this training's purposes, we're going to click on Consumer. This is where your website and your app is. Now, it allows you to do your own website, and it's asking you if you want to do the KW agent site, which essentially looks like this. This is what your KW app, KW site looks like. So this is you see my face there, but it's very simple. Also, this is this is our website here at Keller Williams, our website, and it was also built on the Keller Williams platform. So if you really want, I mean, this site is made more for recruiting, but you can really go deep with your website, just to let you know, because we don't really talk about that often enough. But you're going to go into the consumer section, and then right here where it says site and app settings, you're going to click on there. And here's where you're going to find your URL. If the general is for your website, you can update these pictures as you want. The URLs, this is your subdomain, so you can change that to whatever you want. I would keep it short. I like the name George Gardone, right? But I personally wouldn't. No, his name is easy. Like if your name is really long, I personally probably wouldn't put your entire name as your subdomain, because folks are not going to remember that, right? How can I just keep admitting everybody? Okay, so this is what your app URL is. So if they copy this app URL, and you should be the first one to do it, you should literally go into copy this URL, and if I click on it, it's going to take me to the App Store. So right now it knows that I'm on a browser, on a desktop browser, so it's not going to let me do it. You have to do it from your computer. So I would tell every single one of you to download your app and put yourself as a lead, right? And so I'll come back to here in a second. Let me just share my screen, and I'm going to do something here. I'm going to share the screen, start broadcast. All right, so hopefully you guys could see, I hope you guys could see me and hear me at the same time. So this is from my phone right here. Oh, we have a thing. Download your app to the computer from to your phone. Yep, to your phone. So I'm going to sign out of my app just so that you could see what it looks like. So this is what happens when someone receives your app. Well, if they go through that link, it will automatically put you as the agent when they sign up. But they're going to sign up for the app here. They're going to log in. I think this is it here. I think this is it. I hope this is it. Nope, this is not it. No, all my business is out there. I have a lot of KW stuff for this very reason. So now I've signed in as an app. Obviously my password is not a difficult one. I've signed in on the app, and if this was my first time signing up, the person who gave me the URL would receive a notification from Kelly, and I'll show you what that looks like in a moment. So I have this on Do Not Disturb, but I'm going to change one of my settings just for just because, so you could actually see. Okay, great. Nope. So this is what you click on your Keller Williams app. This is what it looks like. So if I were you, I would start playing with it. I'm a big Nashville kind of guy. I'd love to kind of live in Nashville. So I look at Nashville often enough, and I can find places in Nashville, or I can hit this current location tab and see what's near me. Obviously, I'm in Westport today, so you'll see these houses near me. So on the top, you have your property, the style of property, you have your price, property type, etc. And the reason you want to play with this app, oh my gosh, there's so many people. Sorry about that. Sorry, everyone, that I kept you in the waiting room. Sorry about that. Welcome along. So the reason you want to play with this app a lot is because you want to get to know it, right? You want to understand what you're trying to give to your clients. Now, I'm going to compare this app to Zillow, and see that in Zillow, I'm going to hit this current location. This is what Zillow is showing me. I'm going to go to Keller Williams. This is what Keller Williams is showing me, right? So you get a little more, you're seeing 3 listings, and this is live. I didn't pre-record this, right?
Now, Carlos, what did you put in for this? What's the criteria here?
I hit this current location tab. So it's this little arrow up here, this little arrow here.
Okay.
And well, this is Zillow, but it's the same thing for Keller Williams. And to be honest, and to be quite candid, if it kind of looks like Zillow and Trulia and Realtor, it's because it's kind of supposed to look like that. We don't want your clients. It's kind of like when you go to Expedia versus Trivago versus Priceline. After a while, you don't really know what site you're on, right? So we kind of want to give everyone that same continuous feeling, right? But comparing these two, if I, this is Zillow, this is your KW app. Your KW app, I feel, has more features. It definitely has more features. One of the top features is a feed section. I would put myself, if I were you, I would put myself as a lead in your own database, right? So change your name a little bit, right? So if it's Carlos Martinez, I've actually changed my name to Carlos the last name is Martesting, I think it is, instead of Martinez. And I can see what I'm doing on the app, because you kind of have to play with it, put yourself, as a matter of fact, a tip of advice is put yourself on any smart plan that you want to give to your clients. Because if you kind of get sick of seeing yourself, you can kind of imagine the way that your clients would feel. So you can tinker it and say, you know what, maybe I'm not going to email them every single day. Maybe I'm going to email them one day yes, one day no, one day yes, 4 days no, you know, so on and so forth. So if I were you, I would put myself on smart plans and put yourself on a lead. So the feed section, this serves so that they can put someone else on there, like their significant other or their kids, probably not their kids, right? But like maybe their contractor, maybe their business partner, and they can speak about different homes. They can have save searches. They could have, they can put you as someone on there, and you guys talk about this specific property, which is exciting. I'll build that out for the next class I give. I didn't think about this. And then the next section is a guide section. Now, you can customize this guide section. It has a buying guide and it has a selling guide. If I was still in production, personally, this selling guide, I would do 5 steps of selling your home, right? You're selling your for sale by owner. And I would give this to every single for sale by owner. And I would tell them, hey, here's the 5 steps that you could sell your home, right? These are my top secrets because I'm rooting for you. I hope you sell your home. And if you don't sell it, and between you and I, agents, we both know that most for sale by owners won't get as much money because they don't get as much marketing like you can do it, right? So the last step I would keep on here, on here is call a real estate agent and say, and then give them your information with your picture and stop sharing. And I'll show you how you go into that. So I'm going to share the screen. So on your command, this has to get done from your desktop, I believe. I don't think it can get done from your iPad. You're going to go to Guide Builder here. So remember, just for those of you who came late, this is what your command looks like. And I used to run a team here. I've used a lot of CRMs before, and I'm telling you that this is a powerful platform. Yes, Lydia.
Yeah, so I actually have a question for back on the feed section. You're a little bit ahead of me. So my question is, because I've been trying to find a way to communicate with my clients through the app, and I've been, skirting because the app doesn't see us as agents, the app sees us as another consumer. So I've been skirting it by creating a collection and then sending them a collection, adding them as a collaborator, for that. So I just need to understand what the feed is, because you had mentioned something about this is the way you can communicate, not communicate, you said to put some significant others or to talk about a property with your clients. So can you expand more on that?
Sure. So absolutely. Thank you. That's a good question. So what I would do personally is we all have more than one email, right? So I would put that email address, sign up in their app with that other email address. Let me see if I could do something.
Wait,
Carlos.
so you're saying, I'm sorry, can I just repeat that back to you?
Sure.
So in order for the app to recognize us, which is what Lydia is asking, correct? You're saying to sign up with a discrete email address that is not our KW address?
Well, the app is a consumer app. So it was never designed for you to search for homes. It was designed for clients to search for homes, right? And so if we try to find homes through the app, kind of like Zillow, it will only give us consumer sections of things. It will only show us the consumer side of it. So if you want to use the feed section, you're gonna have to use yourself as here. Let me show this to you.
As
And-
another consumer.
It's
In
a
other
little
words-
confusing, yeah.
Yeah, it's consumer to consumer is what you're saying. So if you want to be able to interface with a client in the feed, they need to know your Lydia, whatever your email is. They don't really care. But
yeah,
okay.
exactly, because use strong password, accept cookies, sign up, I accept, invalid email. Okay. Hold on 1 second. I'm trying to sign up for the app as soon as possible. Okay, let me show you here.
Okay, if we all have the app on our phones, we are consumers already, right?
Yes, you have to sign up for it as a consumer. Correct.
Right.
You by default, just because you're an agent, it won't give you access to the app.
Right.
So you have to sign up as a consumer. So let's say,
But if we have it, we
say,
are consumers. Is that correct? If we have it?
correct, correct. And that's what I would do if I were you. I would literally, I would, let me show you my app now. I would put myself as a consumer. Share screen. Okay. Stop broadcast. All right. So I would put myself as a consumer on the KW app, and I just did that here. So you go to more, that section all the way to the right-hand side, add co-buyer, and you can add, and I just added, I misspelled my last name, but I just added myself to that. So in the feed section, now I can speak to myself regarding this. I could speak to I could speak to myself. So let's say I see this $3.8 million house and I like it. If I like it, I'm gonna hit the save, and I can share it with someone else on my list. So I'll go more into the feed section, but I'll come back to the feed section and answer any questions on the feed. I just want to keep moving along, just because time is of the essence. I only have 13 minutes left. So the app is mostly for search and touches, not hands-off communication. No, I would not do hands-off communication. No, don't depend on the app to communicate with your clients. The app just kind of serves, you can use the app to kind of speak to your clients back and forth, but remember, this is a computer program or a program or an app. So I wouldn't keep that as the main source of communication. And you set yourself up as a client by going to more and signing out. You're gonna go to more and log in, and you're gonna sign up. Now, if you use your unique URL to download the app, it should automatically make you your own agent, right? And if you don't, and by the way, I want to show you something. If I hit sign up, I'm gonna hit Carlos, I'm gonna hit Martinez, and I'm gonna put in my business, my other business email, cal@calummedia.com. My password is use a strong password, and I'm gonna sign up. Oh, I didn't accept. I'm gonna sign up. Look at the top of my screen. You're gonna see at the top of my screen any second now, or maybe you didn't, but I should receive, oh, find the Keller Williams agents. Oh, that's why. So now I'm gonna find an agent, and I didn't use the unique URL. That's why it didn't push me through. So I'm gonna search for Carlos Martinez in Stamford, Connecticut, and I'm gonna connect with Carlos, confirm that I want with Carlos. And now you see this notification. This is the notification that you receive when you get a new lead. Usually it's not this, they don't usually have to search for you. Usually the moment that they use your unique URL, you are the person who receives this lead. So I can look at this home and I can save it, and I could say, oh my gosh, I love this. I'm just gonna put in an offer with my boy, John Mendez, right? And so also, one of the cool things about this, look how cool this app is. If you, I'll go into that in 1 second. If you hold down the picture, it actually adds it to your camera roll. Neat, huh? Also, if you double click the picture, it knows you like it. And so it's like, hey, who do you want to send it to, right? Because you know you liked it. So I can share this, and I can share this with somebody on my text messages, so on and so forth, right? Which is pretty exciting. So that's how you put yourself as a lead, and please sign up for the app. Is there a basic user's guide? I don't know. I don't know if there is. I'll find out. Now, going back to this guide section, again, you can completely customize this buyer's guide and the seller's guide on your own. And I'll show you how to do that right now. I don't think 30 minutes is enough for this class.
No, it's not.
So again, all those who are joining us a little late, let me make sure there's nobody in the waiting room. No. This is your command. And on the left-hand side, you're going to click on all the way in the bottom, consumer. And right here where it says app site and app settings, here's where you're going to click on it. Your URL, this is your URL. So this is the code you want to share with everyone. So if someone signs up with this code, I will be the agent receiving that lead. And I implore you right now, if you get the chance or after this, copy that, sign up with another email address that you have, and use yourself as that beta, just that testing person out there, right? So that's that. Now the guide builder is right here on the tabs you see up here. This is that guide builder that you're going to go in there and click on your buying guide and selling guide. Selling guide was in the bottom. So I can click on this one, and right here, if I wanted to, I can replace an image. This is the subtitle, gives you that preview. And then this gives you the actual long paragraph that you have there. Now, I will give some disclosures. Personally, if you don't have a big marketing plan, and if you don't have if you don't have a good guide, leave what Keller Williams has, just change the pictures. If you want to add some pictures with yourself or you know, some other pictures, that's fine. But to be candid with you, Keller Williams did a great job, and they have marketing people that know what they're saying. And so this is really good. If you want to personalize it, I would change the picture. Now, if you want to really, really, really make it your own, then yes, change everything you want. But it's a big project, because I want you to see that in this particular case, there's a bunch of different tabs here. So it's not a small project. And to be honest with you, I think our time is better spent doing other things. Now, you can completely customize this as well, which is the little timeline of which talks about you and congratulating them, congratulations, and all that other stuff. On your landing pages, just to let you know, I know Debbie Orr has done a ton of classes that when you're doing an open house and you have that sign in thing, you can have them do the sign in to your open house. Tell me about your open house. And then the last thing, if you want to create like a URL, like a barcode, beep, so that someone can just scan it, and that can take them right to your app. And you want that URL, you're going to go to sites and app settings URL and copy this URL. What questions do you guys have so far? Wait, let me go into the chat. I see it. All right. How do you set yourself up as a client? You literally, you're gonna just type in your name, email address, and go for it. George, were you gonna say something?
Yes, it was a quick question. So I have a lot more to learn about the app, Carlos, but I'm curious. In the email signature, when I send an email, I've seen icons of the phone. Download my app. For right now, all I have is the link. How, I know it's kind of fundamental question, but how do I get that icon on my email signature with my URL attached to it?
Yeah, so I think that most folks, and Debbie, you can jump in if you know a quicker way, but I think that you can go to designs, and I think you can create a design here, and on your signature, you have a choice of creating just an image or creating that to be a link. And the link, that hot link, is what you're going to put your URL. So you can come into here and click into design social, And I would go to, I think it's called Business Basics, where it gives you a Business Basics, where it gives
Ah.
you an email signature.
Got it.
And you can use something like this that says download my app or something like that. And I think that Gmail allows you to make that little image an actual hot link. And I'll look into it in a second. And if it is, then I can make a really quick video on how to do it a little bit later.
Thank you.
Absolutely. How do you set a unique URL? I think I touched that already. Is there an app or is there a basic user guide for people who want to send the app to? I'm not sure. This is the same as the Kelly app, right? No, this is not the Kelly app. The Kelly app is your mobile version of Command supposedly, but it's not there yet. So Kelly, you're really, personally, I use Kelly for one thing and one thing only, and that's to see how much profit share I'm getting that month. KW Command Mobile is coming out soon, and it's going to be the best thing since sliced bread. So no, it's not the same thing as Kelly. They're basic guides on command, words, and video. I'm not sure. I could see. No, 30 minutes is not enough. Feed versus collections. Okay, so let me go into this guide a little bit more. Let me share my screen. Stop this. Let me share my screen. Start broadcast. So a feed, and really that feed section is going to be to communicate with someone. But when you're speaking about the lists, these collections, that's when someone saves that house, kind of like on Zillow, right? When you have your saved homes, these are the saved homes that I have, right? This is the place I'm going to buy in Nashville. And so like, these are your saved homes. By the way, you see more saved homes on Zillow than you do on KW because I just signed up for this app, right? So it's kind of the same thing, and you can name it different things. So your collection is one thing. Your collection is one thing, and your saved searches is another thing, right? Even more to add a little more confusion to it. You're moving.
Right, but what is the feed? What is the feed? I guess I'm trying to understand what, if I created a collection for clients and I sent it to them with notes on each of the houses that I saved under the collection. But you mentioned a good thing. You said feed is how you communicate. So that's why I want to understand, like, I was probably doing it a kind of backwards way, and I want to understand how should I best be doing it, with them if I'm supposed to be communicating with them through the feed.
No, feed is it's an extra way to communicate. If you have the collections that you're currently sending with notes, I would definitely continue to use that. If it's working for you, I would continue to use that. Now, feed was designed to get consumers to speak to consumers, because what happens often enough is that you're texting about something and you're saying, hey, did you like this house? What did you think about it? And then you start asking about something on Amazon, and then you say, hey, did you pick up the kids? I'm not sure. It's 3 p.m. They've been there since 12. So feed kind of limits their communication of real estate to real estate right here on your app. And so it's just a creative way to communicate with them. But if you're speaking to them through collections, I would continue to do that. Now, if you're asking me, would I personally speak to them through feed? I don't know if I would, if they were my clients, if this is what I was doing full time. It's just an added layer of, hey, this is how you can communicate with them if they're getting lost in the shuffle. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, but I want to understand how. That's what I don't know. I don't know how to do it through feed. Like, what is, like, can you show an example, like how
I don't
feed
think
works?
you can communicate through the feed. I think that you can simply show each other what you're looking at, but there's no ability to talk.
Right.
Is that correct?
Meaning you can't put comments down? Is that what you're saying?
That's what I'm feeling. I'm feeling it.
So at iCloud.com. So hopefully this person accepts my invite. And so I'll come back to the feed. Let me come back to the feed, and you've made really good points. I have seen this done with other folks, and I haven't personally done it, the feed section. So let me find out more about this, and I'll make a short 5-minute video, and I'll send it to everybody who's on this call about feeds. How's
Okay,
that?
thank you.
Okay. What other questions do you have that I can answer for you? Okay. And so continue.
I have a question. I just noticed something. It says share. Can you go back to that previous screen? And it says share.
Yes.
Where is it? Share the
Bottom of the
KW app.
KW app.
Can you show us?
Yes. So if I send this to anybody here,
Yeah, send it to one of us. That'd be great. Or
what's somebody's phone number?
so mine is 203-919-2549. Cool.
Carlos, is there any way for us to change that verbiage
Um,
for personalized
No.
experience? Like, no?
no, I don't know. I'll find out, but you can change
Well,
it
when
right
you
here.
text, when you do that and you're sharing it, you're basically texting it to someone. So you could add to your text whatever you
Right,
want. That shows
exactly.
up and then you could just
Yep.
add. to it.
Just
Right.
change it. Use my
I
app.
know.
Great.
And by the way, I want to show you something that you can do here. Oh, what is this called?
Yeah, I was
It's
trying
called-
for a mass text, that's why. Didn't know, yeah,
Oh, that's gonna be a little tough.
yeah.
What is the word? How do you do the signature? If you, I think it's, no, it's accessibility. And I think that, I think if you, oh my gosh, Steve made me do this, and it's when you can uh, spelling keyboard shortcuts, no. Oh, text replacement, here it is. So this one. So if you're on keyboards, if you go to keyboards and you go to text replacement and you add one, and you can search, you can put KW app, right? KW app, and then paste this. And I'm gonna save it, right? And now contain, shortcut cannot contain spaces. Hey, or whatever. I'll just put my URL, because that's the hardest thing to remember. So now if I go here and I go here and I hit KW app. Oh no, it's not supposed to be capitalized. KW app. Oh no, app. It's not doing it. Now I'm embarrassed. Forget it. The point is that you can KW app. Yeah, it's so weird. Whatever. You can program your phone to do something, to send something unique out every time you I don't know. Never mind. Sorry, it just got confusing. So
I guess
yeah,
the
so that's
question is, what's the best practice for sharing our app? That would be helpful if you wanted to put that in your video.
the best practice is share it with absolutely every single person that you know.
Right, but
Everywhere.
how physically? What's the best process?
Um,
Through the
you
app.
guys are- yeah.
All
Well,
right.
through the app, it's not, there's no mass way to share it through the app. What you can do, is put everybody you know on a specific smart plan. And if you go to smart plans and you go to library and you search for KW app, you'll find 13 smart plans, my new app, COVID, I don't understand what that is, promote app. So you're gonna view the steps and it's literally one, it's telling you what it is. Every 3 days it's giving them. And this is It's only 5-day duration, so it's fine. So I'm gonna add this smart plan, promote my KW app. I'm gonna download this, and then I'm going to go to my contacts. Where are my contacts? I'm gonna go to my contacts. And if I wanted to put every single person I wanted on a specific smart plan, I can add to smart plan and then promote my app, select, and it's gonna ask me, do you wanna start them all now on a specific date, or do you wanna stagger them for X amount of contacts to go out, X amount of contacts to go out on per day, right? Maybe you don't wanna get, maybe you don't wanna get banned, right? From sending, 1,000 emails every single day. So maybe you want to do staggered. But since I only have 10 people selected, I can hit start now and hit confirm. And that's how you put everybody on a smart plan. So it's really easy. Contacts, if there's nothing else that your command should be number one in is in your contacts, because there's a lot of money left on the table from your database that we have no idea that we left it there. Any questions for now? Comments, complaints, suggestions? All right. Well, I'll try to do another one of these classes in the next 2 weeks. And so if you have any questions, let me know what that could be, and let's go a little bit deeper in the app. The next class I'd love to do is I'd love to compare it to other competitor apps. So I want to compare it to Compass. I want to compare it to Zillow. I want to compare it to Realtor, so that you know where you stand, because that's our biggest worry sometimes. Sometimes we don't want to share it with our clients because we're like, oh, the Zillow app is better, or this consumer app is better from this other company. And you'll quickly realize that it's really not, that we have a really, really powerful tool there. So unless you guys have any other questions, then that's about it.
So Carlos, can I ask, are you going to do the, on the side, the video about the feed, communicating, through feed, et cetera, and send that out? Or is that going to wait for another class? Because I think the most important thing, at least for me, would be to fully understand how our app works first, and maybe highlight some of the features for us to even show our clients that, we can, as opposed to like, this is how we are compared to, I don't really, want to focus on the other competitors. I just want to highlight really what we offer and how great it is of what we offer. And I want to know that,
Absolutely. So what I would tell you, honestly, if you haven't done it, is use yourself as a consumer and start using the app. That's how I learned the app. And that's the only way that you're truly going to understand if it's going to work for your clients or not.
Right. I've been doing that, and there's nothing on feed. It's completely blank for me. So I know that there's something I'm not doing, and that's what I'm not clear on. I don't know what I'm not doing. I mean, I don't know.
Aside from the feed, what else, what other things are stopping us from showing this to our clients?
It's just that I want to understand it better. I feel
Yeah.
like, I don't want them questioning me and I don't know the app well enough myself. So that's why I'm trying to understand all the features connected to our app so I can be fluent in my conversation.
Yeah, definitely. Well, let me go over some features now. Either way, if you guys are up for it, it's 11:40. I don't think I have anything. I don't think that there's anything. Let me just look at the calendar to make sure that they're not going to kick me off of the Zoom. The next one is, no, we don't. So I'll go over some stuff right now with you. And I'll do it again later for the people who couldn't stay here, because I know it had to be 30 minutes. So for the people who couldn't stay here, this is what the KW app is. And again, on the top hand side, I'm going to do everything except the feed section again. So on the top, you see your price. By the way, if you wanted to search for rentals, you can turn off the for sale and turn on the rentals. And then you could see what's for rent. If you wanted to search for a specific price point, you can search for that. If you wanted to search for a specific property type, you can search for that. Now, to be honest with you, unless it's an apartment or a house or a multifamily, some of these features don't really work that well on any app, right? Because someone can name it as a condo, but it's not really a condo, it's a regular house, it's a single family, or they could say that a single family is a condo, back and so on and so forth, right? So this is a little risky feature right here. But it's not only here, it's everywhere. And then you can filter according to whatever you want. If you want a specific word like pools or tennis court, right? You can search for that specific word in wherever I'm at. In the bottom, it has lists. I'm sorry, on the top, it says the list or the map, which allows you to see which view you want. It allows you to save a specific, and this is where your clients can save and get notifications, whether they want instant, never, daily, weekly, or bi-weekly notifications on a specific area, right? If you wanted a map area, I'm going to put in my specific zip code 06831, and or actually I can actually search through my zip code 06831, and now this is giving me
So are you
home-
putting that, where are you getting that? Are you going to more, or are you going to save? Like where?
no, I left save and I searched for a specific address for
Okay.
a specific
The zip code, right?
yeah.
But then you're going, once you bring up that zip code, you're going to what? The save area?
I hit 06831 and I search and I could save this specific area. Yeah, I can save
Okay.
the zip code, right? Now, the nice thing about this app, and one of the most unique features about this is is if I search the word MSG, it'll take me to where it thinks Madison Square Garden is. Oh yeah, it is. So it'll take me to that specific area, right? If I search for PS 186, it'll take me to that specific area of where this specific school is, right? Or if I search again, my zip code 06831, it'll take me to that specific area. Now, it gives you all around. It doesn't only give you that specific place unless it knows it through neighborhoods, right? But I could search for a specific place near here and say that I only want to find homes in this specific part of Greenwich.
Okay, how did
And
you
then,
highlight that? How did you draw that?
there's this section called draw right here on the right-hand side. On the
Oh, I
upper
see,
right-hand side.
okay.
Yep.
You press that, okay.
Yeah, so you can either look at the satellite view, which may be confusing, or you can look at the map view, and then you can hit the draw section. Oops, let me zoom out a little bit. Maybe I don't want to live in where I live now. Maybe I want to live in downtown Greenwich, you know? So maybe I want to do this, and it'll show me homes in that specific area, and I can save the drawn area. And I'm gonna put downtown Greenwich, and I'm gonna get an email notification, and I want it to come in instantly as soon as something goes live. And now that's how I saved the search right here, right? So so that's exciting about that part. Any questions so far?
I do have one. I had my hand up.
Yes,
This is
sorry.
Lloydie. And so I think I missed one step. I like everyone else, I have access to the app as a consumer, not as an agent. And I
Mhm.
saw you signing up with a different email. So I think that transition, I missed the step. So how do I do that again? Do I have to download the app twice to,
No,
because
no,
that would
you're
be two
going,
consumers, right?
what? I'm sorry, you're two
There,
consumers?
well, if I sign up with a different email, not the one that I already have, I mean, I would be a consumer, because you said you encouraged us to practice as a consumer. We
Yeah,
already do that because we already have the app, and the only access we have to it is as consumers. So why did you add your other email? I don't understand something. I missed something.
I just added it to show you how to add someone on there. I wouldn't have more than one email address, you know. There
Okay.
is only a consumer view of this app. There is no
Right.
agent view of the app. So just because I signed up with a Keller Williams email, it doesn't mean that it doesn't mean that it's a it's an agent app,
But
because you're not.
but I guess what you wanted to show us is when somebody provides their email, they use our app and they provide the email, the view they have, looking for our name or, whatever it is.
Yeah,
Um,
okay, so if I go to view profile, I'll remove myself as the agent. So if they do not sign up with your unique URL, they're gonna sign up, and then they're gonna hit find an agent, and here's where they're gonna start putting your information.
okay.
Martinez, and it's gonna say Stamford, Connecticut. Yep, that's me. Yep, that's this handsome young man. And then they're going to, and I got that notification. You saw a notification just come in, right?
Right.
This is a notification from Kelly.
Okay. Thank you.
Yep. Any
So
other questions?
Carlos,
Yes.
yeah, so Carlos, this is Donna. So when we share the app with them or ask them to download the app, they then have to go in and physically choose us, correct?
No. When you give them your unique URL, it should, oh my gosh, I was about to kill the meeting. Hold on. How do I stop sharing? Oh, when you give them your unique URL, that should automatically, they'll sign up, and that should put you as the agent. It should work. It's usually seamless. They have to do it at the same time. They're not going to download the app today and then like a week later. But I think that something happens with Steve Jobs and the universe that it makes him remember for like 30 seconds or like a minute or maybe an hour that you are the person. But when you get that unique URL and they download it and they sign up for it immediately, you should receive it. You should receive it'll go right to you.
It
Okay,
does.
so I asked that question because I already knew the answer, but I wanted you to share it. Because a lot of people are using strategies around that. So if you're standing with someone at an open house and you have them download it right then, you can verbally walk them through it so that they do everything they're supposed to do on the spot. Some agents are also using it as a touch point. So if they're calling them, they're saying, well, I have you in a minute. Why don't you download my app? Staying on the phone with them. Say,
Yeah.
wait, while we're here. So download my app. Good, you got that. Great. Now here's what I need you to do next. Because
Yeah.
like you said, that link does magically, I don't know, expire, or it doesn't link to you. So speed to get them to do it right then is part of making that connection too.
Definitely. I agree with you 1,006,000,000%. All right. Any other questions? And again, I'm gonna speak to Rick and the magic team
Car-
that does this. And
Carlos?
yes,
Oh, sorry. I couldn't tell if I was on. Can you hear me?
yes.
Oh, great. It's Michelle Sperry. I'm a new agent and I have been trying to figure out how to use the app. And I went through and did the steps where I got as far as having me as a consumer. And then I want to make sure I understand technology before I just send it out to, you know, a bunch of prospects. So I sent it to a family member. And when she opened it from the share link, it pulls up to a section where it goes to reviews, and they were not good reviews of the app. And I just wanted to know if you were aware of that, or if there's a way that when you're sharing, it can come up to a different place. Have you heard anybody else share that with you?
No, I'll share my
Mm.
screen right now. And I'm gonna share my screen here. Let me just share this screen, share screen, start broadcast. When it takes them to the app store, this is what it will take them to. And so.
No,
out
no,
of
it's not that screen, because that screen was great. That's the one that I was hoping she saw, the 4.8. Wherever I did it through the sharing, like as though I was a consumer, you know, how you showed and you hit, I don't know where it was, but it's embedded within the app itself, and you click, you know, share with a friend. And then I selected her text, and I texted it to her. Yep, from there.
Mhm.
But wherever it took her, it had like 3.5 ratings, and it was negative. And she called me and she was like, whatever you're sending me, it's not good ratings. You shouldn't send it to people. And I kind of froze at that point, because I just wanted to understand why it wasn't showing the 4.8, because I said, no, our app is 4.8.
Oh, okay. I see what it did. It took her to an Android store. Because in the Android
She is on an
store,
Android.
on the
Yes.
Android store, it does say 3.5. And there's really not much that we can do about that.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. No,
unfortunately.
I'm just glad for the clarification. And you know what? She is on an Android. So thank you for identifying that. So my iPhone people will get 4.8, and my Android people, it didn't look great.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
we should at least know
Sure.
that, so that if people say something back to us, you can say, well, you know, sadly, the Android experience, you know, they're working on it or something. I don't know. I just want to know what to say. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for the input. I appreciate that. So guys, we're gonna leave it right there. And again, I'm gonna speak to Rick and the Magic School Bus to see if I can get inside of the teaching another class in the next couple of weeks, maybe in the next 2 weeks, to go over the app and kind of just redo what I did with adding feed, and then we'll go from there. Thank you guys so much for joining. Have a great day, and I'll see you soon.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you.